More hot weather on the way, but we do have a cold change coming for Thursday and Friday nationwide. It'll reset temperatures, especially in the south. We're tracking a tropical cyclone that's likely to form over the next few days around Fiji, and that's where we're going to start with our animated wind map. We've got these areas of low pressure, sort of 2 or 3 of them all stretched out together. The cyclone's likely to form in the middle between Vanuatu and Fiji, so both of those nations should be well aware that this is developing. And then next week, we're expecting it to drop southwards towards New Zealand, but this block of high pressure will be the guiding force. So we'll start with the block of high pressure here in New Zealand for today. It's keeping the north calm, more of that anticyclonic gloom around Auckland. We'll talk about that in a second as well, but more of this hot weather coming through. And it's moving a little further north than it did on Tuesday. So across Wednesday, we'll see that heat certainly around Marlborough, North Canterbury, and moving further into the eastern North Island, more than it did yesterday. Look at this map. Now, we put this up on our 4 a.m. news stories at Weather Watch every day of the week. It's a very, very complicated map to look at, just to glance at, but it's a great map because it shows you cloud cover. This is all the cloud cover that you see out here. So the brighter it is, the more cloud there is. And this is a classic anticyclonic gloom where the big high comes through and it traps low cloud, and that low cloud then just drifts slowly into the western North Island, Taranaki, parts of western Waikato, certainly Auckland, and it's been gloomy, and you might have even had a few drizzly patches first thing in the morning or overnight. That's partially to do with the fact that you've got the cloud cover on top of the warm Tasman Sea. That's all a good recipe to make cloud and little bits of drizzle here and there. It should break up into the afternoon. Bit of a breeze through Cook Strait. The wind barbs there are showing 50 kilometre an hour winds in some areas, and you can certainly see the cloud thickening up down here in the south with rain coming in around Southland and later on some showers. Sorry, I should say rain around Fiordland and later on some showers in Southland. The departure from normal for today, again, hotter than average in these dark colours. Those places are over 8 degrees above average for this time of the year. So that puts Christchurch, Kaikoura, Nelson, Marlborough, and as you can see, parts of Wairarapa, Hawke's Bay and Gisborne as well. All of New Zealand is warmer than average today, but this is tomorrow. What a change. We've got that colder change coming through. Southland, you are 4 to 8 degrees below normal. There are some parts of Otago that are over 8 degrees colder than they should be for this time of the year. The western North Island back to normal. That heat is just lingering over here in the east, up around the Bay of Islands as well, just for one more day, but you get the cool down coming on Friday around the North Island. So let's try and break that all down. Here is Thursday's southerly coming through. It will be cold in Dunedin and cold in Invercargill, cold in Gore. Daytime highs struggling to even get up to the teens just for that one day. So that's the good news. It's only a day or so. The next day it starts to warm back up, but really Thursday and Friday aren't going to feel like the middle of summer. Some of you will be lighting fires again as the system comes through with a sprinkling of snow on the mountains. There's a southwest change up here. It's a little cooler, like I say, back to normal. Not warmer than normal, but the eastern areas, you've got that westerly still blowing through, so those places will still be a little bit warmer than they should be. By Friday, that cooler change moves up and around and into the North Island. Now, it'll still be pretty hot and sunny in some places. The wind flow change means that northern areas get the sun back out again. So a little cooler, but the sun's with you again. And the dark blue line indicating that colder air moving off the South Island. So still another cold day, but not as bad as it's been. You'll feel the heat a bit more coming back into the sun. The wind, it won't be so bad. Saturday, pretty much the same, although the South Island's got a bit of a cold night coming with that southerly gone, but high pressure over the top of you to lock that cooler air in. So the valleys, if you're camping in a tent, you'll feel it. You'll feel the temperature down. But then a beautiful afternoon on the way in the South Island. In the North Island, a couple of showers. That's basically the end of that southerly coming through. Bit of a southeasterly to easterly for the very north. And you'll just notice the temperatures down on these eastern areas at the top and eastern side of the North Island. Hope you got all those directions right. Let's get to Sunday. Now we've got the cyclone up here. So that forms this weekend next to Fiji. So Fiji, definitely one to keep an eye on. You know, we saw with Yasa a similar setup like this. And then each day, the computer models picked the storm going a little bit further and further east, and it ended up coming up to the very north there. It affected both of the main islands. Now, we're not sure yet exactly where this will end up going, but the modelling is suggesting it's going to come down towards us, and we've got all these big, strong easterlies between that system and New Zealand, which usually helps weaken them as they track southwards. A lot of high pressure over New Zealand on Sunday, and by early next week, by Monday, you'll feel that light easterly wind coming into the north as the high slinks down a little bit and as that storm deepens further, tracking away from Fiji. Category-wise, it could get up to a severe Category 3, maybe even Category 4, based on some of the modelling we've seen. New Zealand's protected, though, on Monday. A couple of lows up here and another cyclone out towards northwestern Australia. Here's the wind map for Monday, so you can clearly see that cyclone near Fiji, near Vanuatu, but out at sea based on the modelling at the moment. But New Zealand under high pressure, but look at all these easterlies. That's going to help pull that system apart as it moves towards us. And our final map for Tuesday next week shows it coming down towards New Zealand. High pressure out over us, and especially out to the east. It's that sort of ballooning out to the east that could encourage that system to roll on in. But as the high stays down here, stays strong, that pushes back. So the winds will pick up from Waikato northwards. You'll get those easterlies kicking in, the clouds, a few drizzly showers, humidity going up, and all eyes will be on what happens sort of mid to late next week. It could go off this way, it might stick there, or it might even drop off into the Tasman. So there's still a few bits of uncertainty with this system. We expect to be able to lock something in for you, hopefully by Friday this week. We should have a lot more confidence as to where this system is going. That is all from me for today. We'll see you again tomorrow with that cool change or cold change, depending on how you look at it, arriving in the south.